Welcome back to Squawk Box. We're continuing our Disruptor series, and question is, are you putting off booking a checkup with your doctor because of all the hassle? Well, ZocDoc, the web-based booking service, now makes it even easier with their new check-in function. Joining us now on the set is the co-founder of that company, Cyrus Massoumi. He is also the CEO of ZocDoc. And for those who don't know what ZocDoc is, it's sort of like an OpenTable, if you will, for doctors, right? If you need a doctor this afternoon, you go on your app, you see what doctors are available around you, you say, I want him. Absolutely. Is that how, or her, I should say. I want him or her. Is that a fair, does everyone know what OpenTable is? Yes, right? Governor, do you know about OpenTable?
In Yazoo City, Mississippi, we don't have this problem.
I don't know about OpenTable.
You don't know, but you can get a reservation. A table reservation.
Guys like me don't have any. We don't have any problem. I'm on TV. I don't have any problem getting.
You can always get a reservation.
Yeah. In New Jersey.
So, how do you make money doing this?
Well, doctors pay a monthly subscription fee to access ZocDoc of $300 per doctor per month, and for that they get obviously access to our booking platform. Their existing patients can book on it, as many patients as they want.
Are good doctors on this thing?
Absolutely. We have some of the best doctors in America.
Every good doctor that I try to reach, by the way, never has an appointment available for me.
So the interesting thing about that is that doctors have a high last-minute cancellation rate, 10 to 20% of the time.
Right.
And even, it doesn't matter if you're a good doctor or the best doctor, 10 to 20% of the time, patients are going to cancel on you in the last minute. And ordinarily, those times can't be accessible by regular patients to book them
I just
online.
canceled on a doctor a week ago. Yeah.
Exactly. And so someone on ZocDoc, if the doctor was on ZocDoc, would know within a second that appointment was available, and they could book that doctor instantly. So we're actually adding supply to the health system.
Am I going back to the regular doctors I normally use, or am I going to use new doctors? Is that what?
Both. Both. So what we do find, though, is when people start booking appointments on our site, over 3 years, 80% of their health care will actually be booked on ZocDoc.
This is fascinating to me, Cyrus, and I'll tell you why. When you add 40 million people, which will do next year, to the healthcare roles, and you don't you add that much demand and don't increase supply, there's a likelihood it's going to get much tougher to find specialists like it is in Canada right now and other countries that do this. Did you think about that when you decided I mean, this would help for people if there is a shortage and it's hard to get, it takes 9 months to get a
right.
Did you think Obamacare will make this more needed at some point? Did that ever go into your thinking?
No, I was a much simpler man when we came up with the idea for ZocDoc. Really, I was just trying to solve my own problem.
But it might work.
It does, and I think that's what we've realized now. And in terms of our national
You're in a growth industry if Obamacare is not repealed. This is going to be, I'm going to buy some stock in.
Why are you only charging a flat fee? Why is this not a lead generation thing? Why are people not paying like Uber? We talked about how you can get in a cab, you pay using your credit card through the device. Wouldn't it be great just to walk into the doctor and walk out and you guys do the deal? You know,
I think fundamentally it's a question of alignment. You know, we want the doctors to be aligned to have all their patients booking on ZocDoc, not just the incremental ones. And ideally, we want all of healthcare in the not-too-distant future to be booked online, and it should be. Just like
it's a lot more complicated to pay for a doctor because it depends on your insurance. A lot of times
do you say which doctor takes which insurance?
Absolutely. It's one of the
That's actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah, it's a requirement. I mean, people don't want to go to a doctor out of network. And if you think of why people do go out of network, they do it because the perception of quality. We have ratings on ZocDoc that are patient-left, and it's the one site on the web that...
You do all of this on handheld devices. Who's the winner, Apple or Google?
Well, we do it on the web initially, and we introduced our first mobile app about 2 years ago. The company's 5 years old, and to some extent, we're seeing I think everyone's the winner in the sense that mobile is really amazing.
You're being so politic. You don't even want to say. Okay.
That's a question.
Yes, please.
How much does electronic medical records affect your business? Is that a big deal that Dr. X can get the records from Dr. Y?
Well, I think that there's a really interesting thing about electronic medical records, and it's sort of up to debate whether or not doctors' offices have actually been running more smoothly as a result of them, because it slows a lot of doctors down. I think technology has not been there yet to really make doctors sort of work as quickly as it's needed. But with our new check-in feature that we released last week, we actually can take a bit of a personal health record of the patient. So what happens is, after people book appointments online, they get very excited, and then they get to the doctor's office and they have to fill out all these forms, and we help them basically not have to do that anymore. They fill it out once, they never have to fill it out again.
Cyrus, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it very much. For more on the Disruptor.